Hey everybody, a double today because I was cleaning out a cabinet back here and I forgot a bunch of Chiat cool shit. So I think this is cool shit. During this period where Lee designed the Chiat logo purely with Garmin number 3, old style, they had multiple color business cards and labels. Robin's egg color, black, orange, red. And I'll show you something interesting about that in just a second. Oh, and I also had a reprint of Jay Chiat's Adweek columns, how to avoid doing bad advertising. Beats the shit out of David Ogilvy any day. All these things that he ran in the 80s that were called Chiat's Dais. Get it? Chiat Day, and the dais is like a throne. Chiat's Dais. And let me read that to everybody sometime. There's that. And let's see. Oh, yeah. The Los Angeles Times Magazine. Jay Chiat's Off the Wall story. His apartment, with all his modern art. See, he likes to pose. Look at my cool modern art, And there, one of the best pictures of the fish. That warehouse was just the best. And anyone who ever spent time there, they knows. And how cold it was to move into the binocular building after that. See all the material up in the top to make it quiet, And that acoustic trick, you could be in there and you could be at either end of the fish, and it would really be hard to hear what was being said. And if you whisper from one end to the other, and Klaus Holdenberg's, house ball would all, so cool. And the ficus trees, you had to have that. That was the coolest. I think Advertising City's pretty awesome too, but the agency sucks by now by comparison. There, I said it. Sucks by now. Yeah, a little Lee Cloud picture there. Another picture of the Gaines thing, which is so good. It was done as a spread in the full page. Oh, the Arrow shirts. The Glee Club. You open the double page spread and there, we've loosened our collar. Everyone thought Arrow shirts were these shirts, right? But they didn't know they were these shirts, see? So, simple. Oh. And for Cameron, do you have this picture of your dad playing tennis? Is that holding it in there just right? Yeah, look at that. Look how cool he looks. Yeah, and one of the many cool Reeboks like UBU. So there's that. This is going to be a good episode. And this, you like it with the late great Bill Hamilton. Look at that. Tearing up the 9X pages. Look at that. With the cardboard cut out of himself. And this was also taken when he took this picture here as a shepherd, kind of what is a creative director. And this is a reprint that Chiat did in their new business things. Has the Reebok stuff. And also it has, see, look at that, Nike and Bob Fosse. See there? For Mitsubishi. Look at that great stuff. See on the back that kind of Chiat logo. Still there. Yeah, this was Advertising Age 1988. But see, that was that other Caslon something or other font they used for years. And if you go to the Internet Wayback Machine, try to find Chiat's original website. See, it was called an Idea Factory. And this was February 20th, 1995. See, that was the Chiat website. See? And it's interesting to listen to how this is being described. It It's a compendium of creative ideas, advertising and otherwise, which draw upon Chiat's history of innovative work. The site went officially online February 10th. We looked at sites from other agencies, but we wanted to create a much broader site that provides a wide variety of information, said Janine Davis. Here we go. The site's signature look. If you're playing in the metaverse right now, check this out. This is how, in 1995, the World Wide Web was talked about. See if you know any of this. The site's signature look is described on the homepage, where the internet user finds colorful, childlike graphics listing 6 idea chunks, areas for the curious to explore. The chunks are evolution, vision, exploration, community, interaction, and invention. The graphics, one part derived from late artist Keith Haring, were designed by, well, whatever. So the site serves as a showcase for the agency's creative and technological-oriented culture. It is also intended to meet client needs. In particular, is designed for conducting online focus groups, such as those that can be found in American Dialogue, featured on America Online. So, lest the prospect of a foray onto the World Wide Web might seem too serious, the agency has taken great pains to poke fun at itself in cyberspace. In one section, interactors can read an online booklet called Quotations from Chairman Jay, which comes wrapped in a red cover. Chiat, unlike most agencies, owns a server, a computer which both stores data and is connected to the internet, which can make such tasks as managing a website and doing online research easier. Yeah, Chiat's website. And another article with Jay looking into the future, as he did. He looked about like that when I met him. Yeah. It's been debated, deified, and debunked, but Chiat's bold plunge into the workplace of the future has remained largely under wraps until now. Here's an inside look at a famous agency's attempt to reinvent itself by Betsy Sharkey. And it's this whole thing about if you change the workplace, the next thing you'll change is the way people think. That was Jay. So this is really part Jay too. And the jury is still out on the locker room where individual lockers hold the stuff that might have been on the desk. The last agency office that I had, I picked up on some of this ideas. I could show you the picture, but you can imagine when you walked in, there was like a building in the space that was just covered in bed pillows, floor to ceiling. Very striking. Because a pillow is the first thing you hit at the end of the day, the first thing you leave at the beginning of the day. And in there was the mailroom and the bright school lockers everyone kept their stuff in. And everyone had to have a picture on the locker of a picture of themselves from the time in their life when they disliked themselves the most. Boy, I got pictures. You know what? I'm going to do a video about that sometime because I took Chiat's ideas and made it my own. But there's that story. And speaking of, see, check this out. I got the exact same paper stock as Chiat, same size. And there's Chiat. And what did I do for my first agency? Oh, yeah. But see, I used the Chiat times Neo Black because I thought it was cool. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, let's see here. Then we have an interesting little thing printed out from the internet back then in 95. The facts and the billings, the employees. This was printed out from America Online. Because you know what? You printed stuff. The new ad game at Chiat, playing with a bigger team. This is talking about account planning. And in here, again, you have an even better view of the fantastic Arrow shirts. What do you get after spending 75 years making America's favorite dress shirt? bored. That was a Glee Club singing group who were natural singers and they're goofing around. And you see the marker comp of it, you know, because they talk about the insights. And then like that arrow, the more good arrow work. See, starch, no starch, starch, no starch. Beautiful, beautiful, clean work. See the advertising development process. This is in 1995. No, it isn't. This is in 1987. The advertising development process. 1. Strategic development, analysis of existing data, briefing from your key people, analysis of all existing research, proprietary and secondary. Remember, proprietary and secondary research. Additional research, sales force trade interviews, interviews with target audience, stimuli boards, projective techniques. 2. Creative strategy agreement, role of the advertising, target audience definition, a strategic focus, and then a creative work session. That's when the client and the agency are all working together. Creative development research, creative and media recommendation production, and understand how it's working. See, this was pretty amazing stuff. And some of the 9X stuff done like this. Look at that. Look at that. What billboards those were. Look at that. Look at that. If it's out there, it's in here. Manholes. And then you got over here scenes from I don't know. Escargot. I don't know. All those are so good. And the 9X stuff is just one of the best campaigns of all time. And it could absolutely work in our social media space. Absolutely. Let's see. Got this about behind the Nissan campaign, Build for the Human Race. That's an interesting article. I've got this article here from Reprint Bells Are Ringing about how the 9X work was working. Eccentric Reebok spots celebrate the power of the individual, the UBU. These are actual reprints that were put in their new business stuff. How do I have this stuff? If you don't know me by now. And then here we go. Mitsubishi, John Huston's screen test. That photography Monarchy did. Oh, it's just beautiful. Martin Scorsese, Ridley Scott. And they have a reprint of that one in there. I'm glad I found this. Look at these beautiful prints of, see, Denver to Berlin nonstop and the rock and roll and roll and roll and roll. Look at that. Some of the UC Berkeley ones. And see, there's the Times Neo Black. Home savings. We're looking for good homes for our loans. Wow. If you want a home loan, how come you never call? Reach out and refinance. I mean, I just thought that was 9X stuff, you know, the phone book, the clone book. Some of these are puns, you know, but it's just really good, smart stuff. What's next? Oh, William Grant and Sons, where they did like for Glenfiddich. They had that for a little while, doing Glenfiddich stuff. And there's Frangelico with those kind of evocative, swirly. These really popped in the magazines. That was simple but nice. Plus development, you don't get thin overnight. Nothing succeeds like excess. Intel, yeah, they did work for Intel, announcing help for the overachiever, a processor, right? See, survival kit for overachievers, and diary of an overachiever. Yeah, that's when. Oh God, the Christian Dior stuff. I hate this stuff. I really hated this stuff, but well, less said the better. Drexel Burnham. I thought I was too small for Drexel Burnham. This was not very shy a day alike, but it was so good. I thought I was too small. 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 Famous, you know. Drexel Burnham. Wow. And Yamaha. They said the mud in Louisiana could stop an ox. That's all we needed to hear. That's back when they were three-wheelers. The day touring riders come out in the day touring riders come in out of the rain, so will we. See, look at that. And with an oil-bathed ignition, we couldn't run this three-wheeler or this ad. Hey, that's advertising 201 right there. I wonder who wants this stuff after I'm dead. Message me down below. California Cooler, they have the California Cooler announces the opening of the indoor party season. And Papa Mau Mau, Red Alert, we've seen that before. Yeah, those are those inserts. Oh, there's more. See? One more here, 3M. I can't. I'm wearing magnetic underwear. It's been linked to athlete's foot. Not now, I've got a headache. Not during a full moon, I won't. This is back up on tape. Back when you used to... Magnetic tape for storage. Oh, and it's really falling apart. But the why you should hire Chiat and why not. And I'll just take it up. How to tell Chiat from an ad agency. I don't know who wrote this. I think a lot of people wrote this. Some of this is Guy Day. Some might even be as recent as Rabowski. When we win, you win, and vice versa. Is that about awards? A Chiat advantage. More people in creative. Talking about it's an agency that's creative, not a department. Another advantage. No people in research. Yeah, because we do account planning. So I talked about that. A Chiat disadvantage. You'll work harder. Oh. The final analysis, why us versus why not. Yeah. Yeah, and it thereby follows that we should expect nothing less of them. Period. At that, we'll rest our case, except for one final consideration. Perhaps what you've read so far has left you with a skeptical bias, or feeling that our attitudes lack a requisite degree of subservience. If so, it's likely that our companies simply aren't meant for each other. That's after reading all this. If, on the other hand, what you've read herein has hit a responsive chord, then you found the real reason for hiring Chiat. In which case, it's time that we talk further about your company's own best interests and the interests of the readers and viewers of your advertising as well, because the two of us together could make exciting things happen for them, for you, and for us. Yeah. Strange that we should have to mention it, but we're an advertising agency that concentrates on advertising. You can just close your eyes and dump in here, and this is just everything I love about this. And this red folder, actually stole this. The folder in there, and a lot of the things I just was showing you are kept in there. And now, this thing. Jay Chiat sitting on a Frank Gehry corrugated cardboard chair with his shoes off in all the offices where the clocks are. And this is kind of a very factual, just sort of blah, blah, blah. It's actually pretty dull by comparison for Chiat. This was, I'm not even sure what this was used for, but I got it. Now, before I met Jay, I had sent him this email, and that's why I forgot to mention when the sale happened, because I had written him an email called "A Sick Feeling in My Stomach," and it was saying about the sale, and he had said this, because I hadn't put my name. And he said, "Who is this?" And I told him who I was. And he said, "Thanks for letting me know who you are. This is Jay. If you step back from the emotional stuff, this makes a lot of sense. We were never able to harness the resources to have a real international network. We've lost a lot of business because of it. In order for a network to work, you need a reason to talk and meet. The Nissan account gives us that reason. Most mergers crumble because the cultures don't integrate, but agency culture, in my mind, depends on whether you each respect the other's work. That's why the original merger that created Chiat worked, and that's why the Mojo deal didn't. Time will tell whether we're right on this, but my gut says it's right. I've never been very nostalgic. The past holds no allure for me. I guess it holds a little allure for me, but I always say this is about the future. I'm interested in today and more so tomorrow. My partners and I believe this secures the agency for tomorrow, and they all understand that I'll be very unhappy if the work slips. Thanks for your interest. Peace, Jay. And I responded, not important what I wrote, but he wrote, I've even written your number down on paper. Thanks for the invite. That's a good Jay thing. So this is the printout. Oh, here's what I wrote back. I said, peace, right back at you, pal. When in St. Louis, even if stranded at the airport, look me up. As fond as I am of the past, yours especially, it's all because life holds so few decent role models and heroes. Thanks for being both, and always more for what you're about to do than the great things you've already been. Truly, you've always been more about the horizon than the shadows, more about the future no one sees than the past anyone treasures. In case you ever take me up on a drink here in St. Louis, can we please make it, for old time's sake, Glenfiddich rather than Midori? And that's where he said, I've even written down your number and paper. Thanks for the invite. God bless you, Jay. So that was just a few things I found that goes with the last video. So I'm going to just post this, and I hope people watch it. 21 minutes and 30, oh, geez. It's Chiat Day. I can talk about it all fucking day and night. More to come. Lots more to come. This is for everyone to learn what great is and find your own greatness and follow it.